and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FilmMyRun, on Twitter at FilmMyRun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax and watch me do all the hard work. Good evening from the UK. It's Monday Run Club times, live Monday Run Club. I'm wearing two watches tonight. I don't know why. What I'm doing is I am testing out the virtual run widget on here, on this watch. This is the Garmin 245. And I am also using the treadmill function on this watch. I am broadcasting my heart rate from here to Zwift, but also to this watch. So the heart rate from here is going to this watch, and in 40 seconds I'll start both watches and we'll see what distance and time we get from everything. Amusing as it will be. I'm watching Facebook chat, YouTube chat, so if you want to say hello, you can do. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get this started. This one doesn't seem to want to start sometimes. Let's try again now. So I'm going to start it 10 seconds early if I can. Notice it doesn't want to start. Why isn't it starting? Right, that one started. Come on. I don't understand why this one won't start. Ryan Downey says, Group C in the house. Hello, Ryan. Oh, I need my fan on, don't I? It's going to be hot in here. Right, fans on. We've got 11.2 kilometres to run. Still don't know why this is not working. So it just says ready to pair. I've done this before and I got it to work. Why is it not working now? Maybe it has to be paired to Zwift in some way. Chris Drew says, can you describe your keyboard setup on your treadmill, please? Keyboard. When you say keyboard setup, do you mean my Stream Deck buttons that I've got here? Carol says, hi, Trouble. Hello, you. Hope you're all right. You did. So Carol did Monday Run Club earlier on today, I think, didn't you? So, Chris, I've got two things attached to my treadmill. Is that what you're talking about? In order to communicate with my two computers, I have two wireless keyboards that I use. So if I have to, I can communicate with my computers using the wireless keyboards. But I also have on my treadmill, attached with Velcro, two units, and they're called Stream Deck. STREAMDECK, Stream Deck. And it's a unit that has a number of buttons on it, and you can assign hotkeys on your computer to those buttons. So I can press a button on here,
ride on,
and it will say ride on, or I can press another button, so it basically triggers a sound effect. Or I can press another button and it'll trigger something on the screen, so I can show you the Zwift website by pressing a button on the Stream Deck. So basically that's what it is. It's called the Stream Deck. I've got two of them, one for each computer. The other one, on the other computer, I've set it up so that I can do pre-programmed messages. So I could say hello, for example. So if I press that, it just types in hello. Hello, Zwifty gang, how are we all? That's a pre-programmed message. On my Stream Deck, I just press it and there it goes. So those are my two different computers. One for streaming and one for running the Zwift game. So, I think the reason that this watch won't start is because it needs to be paired with Zwift. And, we can compare that to Zwift. I've not done that for a while, so it's a bit fun, isn't it? Sussex Geezer, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
Andy Stone says, good evening. Do you run any separate online Q&A sessions when not running? Or are you okay being bombarded with questions while you're running? Do you know what? I did consider doing a regular weekly Zwift chat where we don't run at all, and and where, you know, we can talk about Zwift. I could have a guest, for example, a guest interviewee on, and we can talk about Zwift and you can all ask questions and stuff like that. But I've just never got it off the ground. I don't mind being bombarded with questions. I just answer the questions that I can. Right, according to this watch, I've already done 1 kilometre. So that's a load of rubbish, isn't it? And that's surprising, because I would have thought that means that it's taking the wrist-based speed, not my foot pod. I wouldn't imagine the stride would be that far out. John Austin, thanks for the ride on, buddy. Paul Deering has started running with just 1 shoe on. You idiot. Put your shoes on, mate. Come on. Christoph says, hi, Stephen. Have a good run. Question, he says. Interested if it works okay with you. My Forerunner 245 drops out of connection with Zwift after 1 hour. Need to re-establish the connection. The Bluetooth connection. This happened in 2 long runs in a row. Any advice? No advice, Christoph, because I don't really know yet. I've only really tested it once. It didn't really work then because I was using the wrist-based accelerometer and I was going way faster than I was supposed to be going. And it looks like this is doing the same. I thought I'd set it to use the stride, but it looks like it's using wrist-based, and I'm going quicker than I should be. That's for sure. Although strangely, it says I'm going at 5:35 per kilometre, and on here I'm going at 5:10 per kilometre. So I don't know how that's working out. Right, so I'm watching YouTube chat and I'm watching Facebook chat. Hello to you all this evening, or morning, good morning in America. And it's probably quite late at night in Asia and China and over there, Russia. My treadmill seems to be squeaking quite a lot this evening. Hopefully you can't hear it. I did my 500 metres of climbing this morning. We've got this session tonight. And then we're going to start tapering this week in preparation for my long run in about 11 days' time. Flying out to Gran Canaria next week, and the run is a week on Friday. Well, it will actually last 1 hour of Friday, all of Saturday, and a few hours of Sunday. I have to be finished by 5 a.m. on Sunday the 8th of March. All right, hang on. What's that now? Oh, we're in the 800s, aren't we now? Okay, so that's the warm-up done. So now we're doing 2 sets where we gradually increase the speed, and then we've got a couple of sprints, and then we go back down again and slowly increase the speed again. Very squeaky treadmill tonight. You're not supposed to oil this treadmill either. Heart rate says it's already up to 170, so maybe I need to shut up for a bit and just settle down into the run. D. Carter, thank you. And also Neil Diamond just before that as well, thank you for your ride on. So we've got Shakel, Balshaw, Yokstad, Michael Hasser, quite a few people we recognise, all regulars on Monday Run Club. 2 kilometres now on the watch. Andrew Allsop, thank you for your ride on, buddy.
Ride on!
And Christoph, thank you.
Ride on!
That's very strange as well. I'm sure I started the watch at the exact same time, yet my timer reads 12 minutes 24 and Zwift is 11:20. Very, very strange. 9 kilometres left to go of Monday Run Club, and then I'm going to go and watch the football. I've just realised why as well, because we've probably got some no man's land, haven't we? Right, up to 12.6 now. Ryan Downey says he's tired after the weekend of Watopia festival runs. Hope you enjoyed the Watopia Run Festival this weekend just gone. Saturday was full of 1 mile races, 5k races and 10k races. And yesterday we had a load of half marathon races, all starting at different times. I did the one at 2 o'clock in the afternoon UK time, and it was very good, very enjoyable. Nice little race. So I hope you enjoyed taking part in whatever race you did. I'm quite tired as well, actually, Ryan. Slept in quite a long time this morning and need to go to bed early tonight because the children are back at school, so I've got to be up. Andrew Cutmore, thank you. if you can hear the squeaking treadmill or not. It's very distracting tonight. Nice little bunch of people together. Richthammer just bringing up the rear there. We've got a real posse of German runners, Decker, Hasse, Espel and Shakel. All 4 Germans. 2 Brits, Balshaw and myself. And we've got Kato Jokstad from Norway. And then Richthammer also from Germany, just at the back there. Chandy Singh, Darren, thank you very much, buddy.
Right on.
So, parity is just about restored. I've just ticked over to 3 on the watch, and just a second later, we ticked over to 3 on Zwift. But that does suggest that this is now going way faster, and we'll overtake. No, hang on a minute. It suggests that Zwift is going way faster, and this is slowing down. I don't know what's going on. Right, here we go again.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Another 800 metres at this pace, 12.9 kilometres an hour now. So, this is the penultimate 800 before we do a couple of sprints at 15 kilometres per hour, 200 metres, and then we drop the speed back down again, and we do the same thing again. So it's kind of a progressive run and an interval run at the same time. And the only other person we can see is Zuninga from Group B, who is way ahead of everybody. Matthias, thanks for that ride on.
Right on.
I did see Jonathan Cost messaging earlier asking Zuninga, did he not want to run with the rest of the group? So there's 3.5 kilometres on my splits, but we're not near 3.5 kilometres at the top there. So I'm assuming, I can't remember if we had a dead man's, dead space at the beginning, but I assume we did. Dead man's land, I was going to call it. No man's land or dead space. Always like a good arse shot. Just past Alan Glendenning there. I don't know if he's part of the 30 in Monday Run Club or not. Carl, thanks for the ride on, buddy. And Marlis from Brazil. Good to hear from you, Marlis. So there's the treadmill, no elevation, 0% elevation, and 12.9 kilometres per hour. I did my elevation this morning, so I'm not putting any on tonight. Right, so the last increase before the halfway point. Sullivan, thank you.
Right on.
Okay, let's go.
So slight increase to 13.2 now for 800 metres. So way behind, so 4 kilometres on Zwift, and the watch is falling behind 3.9 on the watch. So, you know what, there's no way you're ever going to get these things to match, is there really? Jonathan Cost says there's no Facebook messages on the stream. Maybe the stream died and restarted itself. Bear with me, I'll see if I can have a look. Hang on. Right, okay. Carol Rushworth says, technical error is very common with Stephen. Thank you, Carol. Okay, no, I'm not ignoring you. Sorry, everybody. So this happened this morning, and it keeps happening recently. For some reason, Facebook drops my stream and then restarts itself. I have no idea why that's happening, but it's happened about 2 or 3 times now. It happened this morning, and it's happened tonight. It happened the other day as well. So, anyway, Leo Loughran says, hello, how are you? I'm good. Thank you, Leo. Bit tired. What with all the running and stuff. Carol says he might be ignoring us. Yeah, I did think about that, actually. Maybe I should. And Carol says we'll have to talk amongst ourselves. Well, anyway, Jonathan Cost, thank you for the message. We're back up with Facebook messages, so I can see what you're posting now. Unless Facebook decides to drop the stream and start it again. Right, we've got to get ready now for some 200-metre sprints. 15 kilometres per hour for 200 metres. I must admit, I did think you were all a bit quiet. Oh dear. Right, here we go then. 2 lots of sprints.
Okay, let's go.
Just got to stretch out the legs. Nice long strides. $100 meters to go. And then we get a lovely rest. Oh, that's very kind of you, Jonathan, to say so. Thank you, buddy.
Nice.
Okay, right down to 11.3. And recovery time, G. Elder, thanks for the ride on, buddy. Oh. So we've got 400 metres of recovery, and then we'll do that sprint again, recover again, and then we start all that again. 5 kilometres done, although only 4.78 on my watch. I have to be honest, I have no idea whether my watch is using wrist-based accelerometer or the Stride foot pod. No idea at all. Yes, Jonathan. Jonathan says, did I see the Saharan dust storm in Gran Canaria? Yes, we've just seen pictures of it this afternoon. Oh my goodness. I really hope that doesn't happen when we're out there. Carol, yeah, I did see Andy's question about whether I do any kind of separate Q&As. And I think I said, I did think about starting, I was going to do it on a Friday night, like a kind of half an hour show with me and maybe Tim Gross or somebody as a guest, where we talk about Zwift running and people can ask questions without me running like this. But I just never got off the ground. I've never got it off the ground really, but might be something to consider if people are interested. So 50 metres and then we'll do another sprint. Simon Funnel, thanks for your ride on, my friend.
Ride on!
And Vetterman as well, thank you for your ride on, my friend, as well. Much appreciated.
Ride on!
And Steenrod as well.
Ride on!
Second stride, here we go.
Nice!
So back down to 11.3 for 400 metres. And then we'll do another lot of 800 metre sets, 4 of them. Couple more sprints. And that's it, that's Monday Run Club all over and done with. So we are spreading out a bit now. Decker is a minute ahead. Rick Hammer 7 seconds ahead. Balshaw 5 seconds ahead. Michael Hasser 5 seconds ahead. Espel 3 seconds ahead. Me and Kato Jokstad are about the same. Jokstad about a second behind. So whether I should just speed up a bit just to catch the guys. I think I'm just going to use my recovery. And then we'll see about catching the guys in a minute. Hello, camera 2. Did I miss it, Kato? I think I missed it. I can just put camera 2 on, look. Hello, camera 2. Right, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
12.3 now. 800 metres, this is the start of our second part of the run, second half of the run now. So there's 6 kilometres on Zwift, 5.69 on my running watch, which, again, I can't remember. I have no idea if it's using the stride or the accelerometer. I would guess the stride, actually, because the accelerometer is normally way fast. So if you're using a stride, you've probably done about 300 metres more than me by this stage. Christoph says, what is that blue screen in front of you? Oh, that just indicates that I'm doing a workout. So all the information you can see on screen pertains to us doing what is known as a group workout. Anybody who's doing a group workout will have a screen in front of us. So people who haven't got a screen, they're just doing a solo run or a solo bike ride. They're not involved in a group event. But it has to be a workout. So you can be involved in a group run or a race. But if you're involved in a workout, a training session, you have that screen in front of you. And in a training session, a workout, you will have all that information on the left of the screen. Let me just press this button. So you'll have everyone taking part, obviously the map. That stuff you will have anyway, regardless of what you're doing and the level that you are in the game. But here, the required speed, the actual speed, your heart rate and your cadence in those positions, and all the workout details, you'll only get that if you're doing a workout. If you're running solo, your heart rate is displayed top left. So I hope that's explained everything clear as mud. 6.5k, Talamo, thank you very much, from Sweden. Thanks for your ride on, buddy. So about 25 minutes left. And 100 metres before we bump it up again. Nomal, thank you very much for your ride on.
Ride on! I'm toast.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm quite tired. Heart rate looks good though. 151. It's just a lot of miles in the legs, that's all.
Let's go.
Carol, yes. So Carol says, yesterday towards the end of my half marathon I had backache. Is that due to my posture? You know what it's due to, Carol? It's due to you holding onto the sides of the treadmill, for goodness sake, and leaning forward. But yeah, I mean, yes, it is due to your posture. You just need to have a nice, straight, upright back and shoulders relaxed. What you'll find as you get tired is you tense up your shoulders, you start hunch up your shoulders, and that generally for me, because I do that a lot, I must admit, that leads to pain in my neck and the top of my back. If the pain's in your lower back, that might be something different, and it might well be, I don't know if you are holding onto the sides of the treadmill an awful lot, but it might be something to do with that. And it's also to do with core strength. You need to do a few squats, a bit of planking to get the stomach muscles and the glutes strong so that they're able to support your body while you run. 7 kilometres done, 6.6 on my watch. So 400 metres out. Well, that's even worse, Jonathan. Yeah, if you're in a really angled position, forwards, then you are going to put strain on your lower back doing that. Sven, hello Sven on YouTube. Most people use a foot pod, so a little device attached to your shoe, but this treadmill that I'm using has a direct connection to Zwift, so this treadmill sends out a Bluetooth signal which Zwift can pick up, so I don't need to wear a foot pod. It's so easy to get set up for Zwift running. All you need are a few things. Firstly, access to a treadmill. Either at home or at the gym, it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use, any treadmill will work with Zwift. Next, you need a foot pod, preferably a Bluetooth foot pod, and the most popular ones to use at the moment are the Zwift Pod or the Stride. Then simply download the Zwift app onto any of these devices. So a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android phone, Zwift even works on Apple TV. Pair your foot pod in the app, possibly add a heart rate monitor if you like, and that's it. You're all set up for Zwift running. And if you want to get yourself a Zwift account, it doesn't cost any money. So Zwift running is actually still free, completely free to run on Zwift. So go to the Zwift website, zwift.com/run, and you can sign up for your free Zwift account. So, penultimate increase, 12.9 kilometres an hour, and then we go to 13.2 for 800 metres, a couple more strides, and then we are into cool down, and that is Monday Run Club done. Sven, if you're looking for a cheap solution, try the Zwift Pod first. So it's a foot pod, it costs about $30 US. Try that first. And then if you like Zwift, you could upgrade. There is a device called the Run. It's a Run Smart Treadmill sensor. It's optical and it measures the speed of your treadmill belt. That is the next cheapest option up from the Zwift Pod. And it is better than the Zwift Pod. And then a bit more expensive, you've got the Stride foot pod. But a lot of people saying the Run Smart treadmill sensor, a lot of people are saying that is very good. So, and some people saying better than the Stride. So it's up to you. Go and have a look. Jonathan Coss is saying our distance is now 100 metres out. Wow. Very odd. So there's another kilometre split, 9 kilometres according to the kilometre splits on the left. 7.93 above at the top and 7.43 on my watch. Who the hell knows? And also, who the hell cares? Let's just get on with it, shall we? Stop worrying about it too much. At least you're running, and I've been running for 39 minutes, so forget speed, forget distance, just effort. Time on your feet, heart rate, and effort. Sorry, 8 kilometres done, not 9. So 200 metres to go to the final increase. Gemma Fletcher says, "Hey up, mate. Great to see you again, sending ride-ons from Ripley, Derbyshire, East Midlands." Thanks, Gemma.
Ride on, ride on, ride on.
Cheers, Jem. 100 metres to go and then we'll bump it up one last time.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
To infinity and beyond.
So 13.2 for 800 metres, a couple of sprints, and then 800 metres cooling down. And Henrik says, "Looking good, thank you, Henrik."
Ride on.
And Chasen, thanks very much. If you are watching on YouTube, well, even if you're watching on Facebook, get over to the Zwift Live YouTube channel and give me a subscription. That'd be much appreciated. So to be honest, Balshaw, Hassan, Espel and Yorkstead, we've all remained just about together, and Rick Hammer actually only 8 seconds ahead. So we're all kind of together. Just ticked over to 8 kilometres on my watch. Oh dear. Daigle, thank you. And Ryan Downey gives me a ride on. Thank you, Ryan.
Ride on.
So here we go with 2 more sets of strides. Oh no! What, you've ended it early because you're tired? Never mind, Ryan. We all have those days, buddy.
3, 2,
Let's go.
Right, 15. zero elevation, 15 kilometres an hour. George, thank you.
Right on. Nice.
There we are, there's one done. No worries, Ryan. Take it easy, buddy. Haysom, thanks very much.
Right on.
Right, so, approaching the end of Monday Run Club, and I'll give everyone a ride on when we get to the cool down. 8k is fine, Ryan, don't worry about it. Just bringing the heart rate down, just relaxing. We've got one more little effort to go. And if you're wondering, this is Harrogate in West Yorkshire. This is the course that we're running on today. Bye bye, Ryan. Take care. See you soon, buddy. $100 meters to go, and then we'll do one more stride out at 15 kilometers an hour. Right, let's go for it now. Maybe catch the others up a bit.
Okay, let's go.
Jokstad's gone crazy. Just ticked over to 9 kilometres on the watch.
Nice.
Right, let's get a few ride-ons dished out. So well done to Rick's Hammer. Thank you, Jokstad. Good job, buddy. Espel from Germany as well. Michael Haase from Germany. I think is it Ian Balshaw? Anyway, thank you. And we'll give Zuninga a ride on, even though he wasn't with us. And that's everyone I can find. Barno, thank you very much.
Right on.
Oh, there's Barno on the bike there, look. And one back from Zuninga, thanks mate. A nice aerial view of Harrogate there. Are we on Millionaires Row now? Is this Millionaires Row in Harrogate? So for the 800 metre cool down, we usually speed up a bit and then slow down. So we'll see what happens.
Nice.
Yeah, up to 12.6 for the cool down. So I might be back on tomorrow morning. I'm not sure, maybe I'll do another climbing session in the morning. And then I'll probably be out with my running club in the evening. Mark Binns says he's finally bought a Stride pod after not being able to Zwift for a few weeks. Well done, Mark. The Stride will be great for you, you'll love it. So in a minute now we should see the speed, the pace of the run come down a bit. There we go. And thanks, Kato.
Right on.
Meters left off Monday Run Club. Thanks for joining me tonight. Much appreciated. We'll see you in the morning for a hill session. And Wednesday workout on Wednesday. Don't forget. Farlek Friday with Brian Downey on Friday. Run in the Park with John Hancock on Saturday. There is a new Zwift race series happening in March. So keep your eyes and your ears open for that. $10K on the watch, 11K on the splits on the left, 10.9 at the top. Make of that what you will. Henrik, I would say so, yes. A lot of people are telling me, are saying that the Run Smart treadmill sensor is really good once you get it calibrated and set up correctly. That is about half the price of the Stride. So if you want to try that, that would be a good option. But the Stride, yes, is pretty well established as the best foot pod there is. And there we are.
Nice. I'm toast.
There is Monday Run Club over and done with, everybody. Take it down to walking pace. Thank you, Adam Holland. Adam Holland's just, well, he was just behind me. I'm sure I saw Adam appear there and disappear. Where is he? Oh, has he run ahead? Yeah, I think I can see his t-shirt just ahead. So thanks, Adam.
Right on.
Mark Bin says he hopes that the stride is money well spent. Says it's not arrived yet. Costs a fair bit, but can use outdoors to track cadence and power. Also links up to Zwift well and is accurate. Yeah, I'd agree with all those points, Mark. You can't use the Run Smart treadmill sensor outside, of course. It is only for sticking on your treadmill and measuring the speed of the belt. One thing the Run Smart treadmill sensor does have going for it is that it supposedly measures incline. I've had varied reports about how accurate that is. I've got one, I haven't tested it yet. But suffice to say, anyway, with firmware updates, the Run Smart treadmill sensor will be able to detect the incline of your treadmill and give you incline in Zwift, and therefore give you incline on Strava or Garmin Connect, whatever you've got your Zwift runs synced to. But what the Run Smart treadmill sensor does not have is power or portability. So the Stride, whilst it's arguable which is the most accurate in terms of distance calculation, Gavrilenko, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
While that is arguable, the Zwift, the Stride footpod is more portable. You can take it outside, and you have the added bonus of running with power if you want to. Both will measure cadence, so the Run Smart treadmill sensor will measure cadence, and the Stride will measure your cadence as well. So it's really up to you as to what you want to do. If you want to spend more money, get a really accurate footpod, have the possibility of using power and take it outside, but you're not bothered about incline, then you can go for the Stride. If you want to save a bit of money, you get incline but not power, then go for the Run. I think at the moment they are comparable, really, in terms of accuracy. I've not heard one is definitely better than the other. And like I say, I am yet to do my review of the Run. So stick around the YouTube channel for that. I will post a review of the Run Smart treadmill sensor as soon as I can. But I've been wiped out with training for the Trans Gran Canaria. Really, just because I'm panicking that I don't want a DNF. Last year, 4 DNFs. 4 races that I DNF'd. I don't want to have, I don't want any DNFs, but if I can avoid DNFs this year, I would really like to. So I have been putting in the effort since Christmas to try and train for this big run coming up next week. Right, how far am I going to go here? Should we just get to 12 kilometres just for the sake of it? Yeah.
I'm toast.
My watch says 10.54 kilometres. A whole kilometre less than on Zwift. But unfortunately, I don't actually know what device it's using to detect my speed. It could be using the wrist-based accelerometer. It could be using my Stride footpod. Whatever it's using, whichever one of those it's using, is miles out compared to the treadmill here. Mark Bin says, you will smash it, mate. Best of luck. Thank you, Mark. Cheers. I've got to be done in 30 hours. So we start at 11 o'clock on Friday, the 6th of March. 11 o'clock at night, that is. I've got 1 hour of running on the 6th of March, then all day, 24 hours of running on the 7th of March. And then I need to be finished by 5 o'clock in the morning on the 8th of March. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed for me, guys. Yeah, I'll just jog out the last 350 metres of this 12k. And if you're around in the morning, I think I'll probably do a hill session in the morning. But then I won't be on Tuesday evening. I'll probably go out with the club, my local club, Tuesday evening. And Wednesday, final hill session. Wednesday workout in the evening. S. O'Brien, thanks for the ride on.
Right on.
And then I'm really tapering back for a week of easy running. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for the banter on Facebook. I'm sorry again that the Facebook stream dropped out and then came back again. It's been doing that. I'll have to try and work out why. I honestly don't think it's anything at my end, though. I think it's something to do with Facebook. Vidar, thank you for your ride on. Just really getting to the end of 12k really. I don't know why I want to do 12k, but I just thought I'd get it done. And Tomet, thank you for your ride on. Jonathan says, cheers for the company. Thanks, Jonathan. Right, where's my big purple marker to say I finished then? Where's that gone? Normally there's a big purple marker telling me I've finished my run. Oh well. And look, that's very interesting, isn't it? The markers on the left, as soon as we finished the workout, the marker in the middle, the timer in the middle, lined up with the kilometre splits on the left. But all the way through the workout, they weren't aligned, were they? Right, that's it. I'm off. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.